Hello everyone, my name is Saket Belchandan and I will be presenting on the topic of enhancing learning experience through immersive educational content. The aim of my project is to explore and design immersive educational content for reducing cognitive load and helping to retain information for a longer time. So let's see how did I achieve my aim. John Danlowski and Henry Rodriguez suggested three most efficient learning techniques that could be implemented to achieve long memory retention. The first one is distributed practice. Distributed practice means to divide a study material into simpler materials which are to be learned with certain gaps over the time. This method also helps in reducing the cognitive load caused by the material complexity. Test enhanced method is the second method. Test enhanced method implies that any information can be retained better if there are multiple tests taken based on the material. Simply put, more tests result in better retention. Here, the test could be anything from the written material to a practice session. At last, the interleaved practice. Interleaved practice simply supports the idea of distributed practice, but within the filler of another technique in the gap. For example, filling the gap with the test enhanced technique. Here, a question arises, that is, what are the variables associated with the implementation of these techniques? So, according to John Danlowski and Roy Digger, there are four variables. They are age, material, prior knowledge, and criterion task. With respect to these variables, the learning techniques present following limitations for implementation. Although the techniques are proven efficient for a wide range of users, but most researchers have found them to be most effective for the undergraduates. Other than age, materials like science, history, and mathematics are proven to provide best results if studied with these techniques. Although it was also found that students having more prior knowledge about the material outperform the students with less prior knowledge. And at last, materials studied through distributed practice were effective in tests taken after long duration, while the materials studied through test enhanced practice proved beneficial in tasks like cued recall, free recall, and memory test. Following the learning techniques and variables associated with them, a persona of user was created. Here, Ravi is an undergraduate student enrolled in the mechanical engineering branch of country's renowned engineering and technical institute. Ravi is very much inspired by the study of physics and its implementation in the real world. Although Ravi often faces challenge to understand and comprehend complex physical law, and is currently pushing his mind to understand gyroscopic effect and its applications. Here, the material selected for upcoming reference is a topic from second year mechanical engineering curriculum. The material selected is based on the variables discussed previously. And the challenges defined for Ravi include the challenge to visualize practical examples of physics, challenge to relate to complex concepts, and challenge to restore knowledge for long duration. While the motivation that he is looking for include application of physical concepts in practical scenarios, a study tool that promotes easy visualization, and a study tool that enables lower cognitive load. But how do we ensure that the information provided to Ravi has low cognitive load and supports long memory retention? The cognitive load theory suggested by John Sweller describes the processing of any information in human mind into broadly two sections. The first is working memory, and the second is long-term memory. Working memory is the place which we use to process the receiving information. For example, to view and listen this video, your mind is currently using working memory, while long-term memory stores information in form of schemas. that the working memory access to make sense of processing information. For example, to make this information more sensible, your working memory is currently trying to access schemas in your long-term memory that can be related to the current information. Along with this, working memory is also responsible for generating schemas. But how does working memory process the information and contributes in schema generation? One of the most important influencing factors is having limited processing capacity of working memory. Working memory is subdivided into three categories. The first is intrinsic load that deals with the inherent complexity of the material. Extraneous load deals with the load created by the way information is processed. It can be understood as a difference in cognitive load between a cluttery poster and a minimal poster. The third category is germane load. Germane load is the processing memory that contributes in generating schematas in long-term memory. Germane load is also influenced by how the information is being handled. For example, the presentation of this slide with the help of imagery is helping to reduce extraneous load and to increase the ability of germane load to create schemata with the reference of distinct images rather than texts. But how do we manage the cognitive load? To manage the cognitive load and promote memory retention, we need to allocate memory space to germane load. For that, first we need to manage intrinsic load with simplifying the material. The second most important step is reducing extraneous load. This can be done in many ways through minimal information design approach. In turn, we get more space for germane load. Providing more space to germane load ensures more schema creations in long-term memory and hence ensuring long-term retention of information. To create an immersive educational environment, Christopher Dede, Jeffrey Jacobson, and John Richards suggest following approaches. First being direct immersive narrative. As seen in the image from proposed prototype, direct immersive narrative approach means to control the movement of user through direct visual, audio, or textual cues. Although in some cases, user is also presented with an alternative path. The second approach is learning simpler materials. This is described as teaching simpler materials to students rather than complex materials. This approach also supports the distributed practice method. The third approach is embodied cognition. That means creating the stimulus of virtual environment that supports the mental perceptual model of user in the given context. In this image, as the topic is being explained with the analogy of fan and flowing air, the ambient environment is created to support the mental model related to that. The initial concepts involved exploring the opportunities for material presentation and interaction. One point to be noted is that the following ideation is not relevant in terms of material, but was done to explore presentation and interaction opportunities. A simple concept of basics physics is being ideated. First, the player is explained the concept of atoms and charges. Then, the polarity principles of charges that leads to energy generation are explained. The gamification was ideated to support the concept of polarization. The player is provided with two virtual charged swords. The player needs to strike off the incoming charge for every successful hit. Player gets 1 point, while for every wrong hit, 1 point is detected. The final prototype consists of exploration in 3D environment. Let us assume the gameplay of Ravi in this tool. Here, a non-playing character is present to guide Ravi throughout the journey. Ravi then selects to learn about the topic he wants to, that is gyroscopic effect. The game transports Ravi to another location where he will start his journey of learning about gyroscopic effect. Implementing the distributed learning technique, Ravi will be first taught about angular momentum related to spinning wheel. Here through visual aids and animation, Ravi is being taught a basic concept. Also, a basic assumption is made regarding prior knowledge of Ravi. In this case, it is being assumed that Ravi is already known to rules and theorems related to the topic. Once the learning ends, Ravi can choose to replay or move to the task. The task presented enables the concept of recently taught material. In order to move forward, Ravi needs to pass the task. Here, to reduce the extraneous cognitive load, interaction concept is being implied. Once the task is done, Ravi will then be transported to next task. Here, the prototype presents with a visual idea of how learning techniques and cognitive theories can be implemented in immersive media. Thank you.